So in honor of Derrick Rose finally calling it a career and retiring from the NBA, I'm back in the LeBron era with a 22-year-old 95 Derrick Rose. He's going to stay healthy this entire simulation, bump up his durability all the way up to 99, and we're going to see what D Rose's true potential would have been. I mean, he was the youngest MVP in NBA history on a pretty good Bulls team. I mean, we got Carlos Boozer here, Joakim Noah, Luol Deng. It's not a bad squad, and the NBA right now has a prime LeBron James at a 97. D Rose right now is listed as the second best player. This was the year that D Rose went on and won the MVP. He stopped LeBron from winning 5 straight MVP awards. And I mean, the dude was only 22, 23 years old. He was extremely young in his career, and hopefully he can find all that success and much more in this simulation. We are going to go ahead and resim his entire career in honor of him retiring and maybe see if he could go down as the greatest point guard of all time. Hell, maybe even the greatest player of all time. The sky was really the limit for D Rose. Unfortunately, in real life, he really was never able to meet that because of injuries. So what if he stayed healthy? Would he be able to go down as the best player ever? Let's find out. LeBron James will win the MVP, his 3rd straight. Boogie's the Rookie of the Year, Manu the 6th man, and Dwight Howard the DPOY. Derrick Rose will make the first team, averaging 30 and 8 a game, shooting 40% from 3. He had a hell of a season. He'll be alongside D-Wade, LeBron, Timmy. We got Powell here. The Chicago Bulls were the 1 seed in the East as we are going to play Milwaukee in the first round. 63 and 19, a great record. Obviously, Miami's dangerous, Boston as well. And we got Denver in the West with a prime Carmelo Anthony at a 93 overall. Dallas had a good season. Los Angeles, San Antonio. So it's going to be a tough ride, at least in this era. If we want to win a title with Derrick Rose on the Bulls, we are going to sweep Milwaukee in the first round, destroyed their asses. We got the Orlando Magic and Dwight Howard as we sweep them as well. Off to the conference finals against the Boston Celtics. Here we go, 1 for 1. Oh my God, we are literally undefeated. Oh no. Oh yeah, baby. In the NBA Finals, swept the East, did not lose a single game as we have Kobe, Powell, and the Lakers versus a young 96 overall Derrick Rose. And in year number 1, Derrick Rose and the Bulls will go all the way, only losing 1 game in the playoffs, dominating their opposition completely. I mean, the Lakers only got 1 game over us. We stayed undefeated besides that. We beat a prime Kobe, Phil Jackson. Derrick Rose didn't win the MVP this season, but he got something way more important. A ring and the Larry O'Brien trophy to Chicago as the dynasty is about to begin. Derrick Rose is your finals MVP. D Rose had 34 and 9 in the closeout game. Luol Deng put up 30 himself, so we did have help. It was not just Derrick Rose and an absolute carry job. In the finals, D Rose would average 26 and 10 basically as we dominated. I mean, god damn, I was not expecting that. I literally said it was going to be tough to win a ring in this era, but I guess it's easy for a prime D Rose. Shaq is out here, Kurt Thomas, Jerry Stackhouse, Grant Hill is gone. Kawhi Leonard went first to the Kings. We got Valanciunas to the Warriors. Kyrie fell all the way down to the Wizards. Clay will go to the T-Wolves, and Jimmy Butler to the Bobcats. D Rose has grown to a 96 overall. Joakim Noah's an 86 and Luol Deng an 85. These guys are all in their prime, 26 years old apiece, while Carlos Boozer is 29, so we have room to compete for at least a few more seasons. Hopefully, D Rose does resign in the offseason. Only 1 year left on his deal. I mean, he should. We just literally won the title. I preferably want him to stay in Chicago, but if he wants to join a different team, I'm open to that as well. Finally, D Rose gets his MVP. He averaged 34 and 10. Kyrie's the Rookie of the Year, Jordan Farmar the 6th man, and LeBron the DPOY. We got D Rose, Ross, LeBron, Timmy, and Roy Hibbert all on that first team. Roy Hibbert, how did he make the first team, averaging 14 and 13? Like, come on now. Bro is basically a prime Andre Drummond. The Bulls were the 1 seed. Ooh, we got the Cavs in round number 1. 68 and 14, a damn good record. New Jersey was good. Miami, Orlando. We got OKC in the West. They're going to be a problem to deal with for many, many years, as long as they have that big 3. D Rose led the NBA in scoring, followed by Kobe's 32. LeBron was up there. We got Dirk, KD, and Melo. And now here we go. Can we breeze through the Eastern Conference yet again? We have a sweep in round number 1, dominated the Cavs. I mean, they don't have LeBron or Kyrie, so I wasn't expecting them to put up much of a fight. But Orlando, in round number 2, they're going to put up a little bit of a fight here. We get a 2-2 tie, 3-2 series lead, and we close them out in 6. And now we have the matchup we all wanted. LeBron versus Derrick. The big 3 in Miami versus the defending champs in Chicago. Let's see what we can do. We take the lead. Come on now. 2-0 lead. 3-0 lead. We're going to sweep LeBron. 3-1. Do not blow this, D-Rose. Come on now, brother. There we go. And we have the Thunder in the finals. We just did a sim of what if the big 3 stayed together. And I believe they won like 7 rings together. So it's going to be tough going up against them, only having one basically superstar on our squad and Derrick Rose. Up 3-2 in the series. Let's see what we can do. Can we close it out on home court here in Chicago? Go back-to-back, win our 2nd title. Or will OKC... Oh, we got a close game. Do I hop in? Cut the lead down. Come on. No, the game is over. We got 7. It's a game 7 in Oklahoma City for the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Come on now, D-Rose. I need you to lock in, brother. I need a big performance. There we go. Oh, yes. Keep blowing them out. Oh, yes. Derrick Rose and the Bulls will go back-to-back 29-11 in the finals for Mr. Finals MVP. We had a close series with OKC, but we were the better team when it mattered the most. Jason Kidd is retired. Ben Wallace is out here. Derek Fisher, Marcus Camby. The Raptors will take AD first overall. Dame went to the Bobcats. Harrison Barnes to the T-Wolves. We got Andre Drummond going to the Bucks and Bradley Beal to the Grizzlies. Also, Draymond in Sacramento. Seems a little bit odd, honestly. I'm not going to lie. After back-to-back titles, Derrick is up to a 98 overall now. He's not even in his prime. He's only 24 years old. We have a long ways to go. Hopefully, we can win more championships before this core ages out. Back-to-back MVPs for D-Rose, averaging 34 and 10. Yet again, we got AD as the Rookie of the Year. Gilbert Arenas, the 6th man, and LeBron, the DPOY. Kobe, LeBron, KD, Boogie, and D-Rose all on the first team still. As we got the Cavs in round number 1, we were the 1 seed, 65 and 17. Clearly the best. Okay, wait, maybe not clearly. OKC has something to say about that. 72 and 10. They are a nightmare. I honestly don't even know how we beat them in the NBA Finals last year. Hopefully, we don't have to meet them again. Somebody else can take them out, but that's most likely unlikely. If that does make sense, we move on to Indiana here in the 2nd round. Sim this round again. We got a closer series. Beat Brooklyn in the conference finals and a rematch with Oklahoma here in the finals. KD, Russ, and Harden, they want their revenge. D-Rose trying for his 3rd straight. And just like last year, we got a game 7 with OKC. It's been a tight series so far. I just hope D-Rose can pull it out and pull off a 3-peat here in Chicago. The Bulls fans are very familiar with that. I mean, MJ was not that long ago in this universe. Oh my God, we got a 12-point lead. The Bulls have done it, led by none other than Derrick Rose. 3 straight titles in the LeBron era as we defeat OKC for back-to-back years in the finals. In Game 7, we pull it through. I believe both of the Game 7s were in OKC as well, so that's even more impressive. But starting off the video, 3 for 3, just dominating the league, as we're going to be able to raise the Larry O'Brien Trophy 3 years in a row. Derrick Rose already has a Hall of Fame career. And he's only 25 years old, too, so he has tons of time to win more hardware. KD did his thing in Game 7, 33 and 11, but literally had no help as Derrick Rose, 42, 8, and 10. 4 steals as well, with only 1 turnover. He would average 36 and 11 in the finals, obviously be the finals MVP. Steve Nash, Mike Bibby, and Vince Carter have all retired. Giannis will go first to the Rockets, Rudy Gobert to the Bobcats, Otto Porter will go to Denver, and Victor Oladipo will go to the Bucks. D-Rose in his prime is a 98 overall and the best player in the entire world, better than KD, LeBron, Harden, and Steph Curry. Probably all put together, honestly, in this universe. Averaging 34 and 10 is insane. Another MVP for Derrick Rose, 37 points, 9 assists per game. Oladipo's the Rookie of the Year, and we got LeBron, the DPOY. Pretty much same first team besides Steph being here now. He's 26 years old, averaging 24 and 9, so he's definitely growing into his own. The 1 seed yet again for the Bulls. We play Philly in round number 1 as we went 59 and 23, and in the West, we got OKC winning 68 games. Hopefully, we can steamroll our way back to the finals. I mean, we clearly are the best team in basketball until otherwise. We got the Cavs in round number 2 now as we dominated Philadelphia. Blow by the Cavs. We got Milwaukee now. 4-game sweep. Easy as we meet the Thunder. I believe for the 3rd year in a row in the finals. We know their roster. We know what they can do. But what can we do? Come on now. OKC takes game 1 and 2. OKC 3-0 lead over Chicago. We get one. Come on. Can Derrick Rose pull off the impossible? No. OKC finally gets their title. Russell Westbrook is the finals MVP, averaging 28 and 12 as they finally did us in. Maybe the end of the Bulls dynasty. Who knows? Ray Allen is gone. Rashard Lewis, Lamar Odom. Jokic will go first overall to the Denver Nuggets. Embiid will go to LA. Aaron Gordon to the Celtics. We got Maxi Kleber going to the Hawks and Andrew Wiggins to the Rockets. Somehow D Rose actually dropped down to a 97 overall. Luol Deng's an 86. Joe Keem's down at an 85. So we're not as good as we used to be. Still a very good team carried by the best player in the world. So 1 year left on his deal. Let's see what we can do. Another MVP for the best player in the world. Jokic is the rookie of the year. And D-Wade, the DPOY. We got D-Rose, Steph, AD, Dante Green, and Boogie Cousins. I don't know why I was going to say DeMarcus, but DeMarcus, Boogie, same goddamn thing. With the Bulls, oh my God, we were the 5 seed. We got Philly in round number 1. We had a rough season, 46 and 36, used to being the 1 seed. In the West, OKC 62 and 20. They are the defending champs for a reason. Individually here, Rose will lead the NBA in scoring at 34 points per game. Dirk had 29. Klay Thompson was up there. Kobe and Kyrie. I mean, we might have a series for ourselves here in round number 1. We actually might not get by Philly. They're up 3-2 right now, and they are. These Sixers will beat us in round number 1 for the first time in like half a decade. We are not going to make the NBA Finals. The good news is we did lose to the eventual champs in Philadelphia. They went on. Dante Green's the finals MVP as they defeated the Houston Rockets. Player retirements, Jermaine O'Neal, T-Mac. Tingus Pingus will go first overall to the Bucks. We got D-Book going to the Mavs, Cat to the Nets, D-Lo to the Pistons. Miles Turner will go to the New York Knicks, and TJ McConnell, the best white boy in the league, went to the Portland Trailblazers. D-Rose is still sitting at a 97. I guess he re-signed for 3 more years. Luol Deng's an 86. Joakim Noah, both of them are 30 years old, and Boozer's 33, so we don't have age on our side anymore, and we're slowly going to get worse if we do not replace these players. D Rose will pick up another MVP, averaging 34 and 8. Devin Booker's the rookie of the year, and we got AD as the DPOY. KD, Boogie, AD, who now, I mean, 21 and 12 is good for the first team. Steph still doing his thing. Meanwhile, the Bulls, they were the 2 seed in the East. We got the Magic here in round number 1. We went 51 and 31, so a better season than we had last year. Toronto with DeMar DeRozan, Terry Warwick is their AD. Yeah, they have a pretty solid roster. OKC in the West are still doing their thing. Hopefully we can have a destiny in the finals against OKC. We might not. Oh my God, we didn't get out of round number 1. 2 years in a row that the Chicago Bulls lose in the first round. This time to the Orlando Magic in 6 games. As the Lakers will go on and win the title, Kobe is your finals MVP, 28 and 7 as they defeated the Cavs. How did Cleveland even make the finals? Kobe retired after that title. Kevin Garnett is out here. Paul Pierce, Jason Terry. At 28 years old, Derrick Rose fell to a 96 overall. This team is slowly getting worse. And I mean, back-to-back first-round exits really explain that. Unless we make a big move to bring somebody useful in, I don't see us really going that far anymore. All dynasties come to an end eventually. And this might be it for Derrick Rose. Even though he's only 28 years old, probably has a good decade left in the league before he has to retire. At 28 years old, Derrick Rose will tie Kareem for the most MVPs in history at 6. That's insane. The dude is not even 30. Ben Simmons is the rookie of the year. Yusuf Nurkic, the 6th win, and AD, the DPOY. Ross, AD, KD, Jokic, all in that first team with D Rose as the Bulls were the 3 seed in the East. We play the Charlotte Hornets here in round number 1. If we take a look at the standings, we got a 48 and 34 record, which is pretty mediocre, but a damn near 50-win team. Miami was the 1 seed, and in the West, we still have OKC, who hasn't won another title since they beat us, which is a little bit surprising. Hopefully, all of this regular season success can translate, considering we've had a rough 2 years of losing in round number 1, and we got a game 7 against the Charlotte Hornets. How are we going to 7 with Charlotte? That doesn't make any sense. OJ Mayo is injured. Get that out of here, 2K. Don't tell me how to run my team. Oh no, this is not good at all. We're gonna lose in game 7, a 21-point blowout. Derrick Rose had 32, 9, and 11. I guess, They do have Damian Lillard and Rudy Gobert, who is Shaquille O'Neal's favorite player. Dame dropped 48. That's wild, bro. OKC will win their second title of the video as Russ is the finals MVP. They swept the Hornets in the finals. Player retirements. We got Tim Duncan after 20 years leaving the NBA. Donovan Mitchell will go to New York where he wanted to go all along. Lauri Markkanen to the Pistons. Jason Tatum to the Pels. Kuzma will go to the Pistons as well. De'Aaron Fox to the Cavs. And Lonzo will go to the Warriors. I'm not going to lie, a backcourt of Steph and Lonzo sounds pretty sweet. Derrick Rose is about to hit 30 years old. He's a 96 overall. Still, we haven't picked up anybody. Seth Curry, I guess you could say, is our big free agent acquisition. He's 27 years old, 4 years into the league. I mean, he's a decent shooting guard. We're going to need more help than that if we want to win a title. And if we want to get to the first round, which we haven't done for 3 years in a row. Russell Westbrook will win the MVP. Markelle Fultz is the Rookie of the Year. Ben Simmons the Sixth Man, and AD the DPOY. Derrick Rose will make the first team, averaging 30 and 8, so he's still putting up insane numbers 10 years into his career. No injuries or anything of that sort as the, oh my god, where are the Bulls? The Chicago Bulls are the 9 seed, going 39 and 43, missing the postseason. This is literally the downfall of Chicago. OKC will go back-to-back. Russ again, I believe he's a 3-time finals MVP now as they defeated the Pacers in Game 7. Player retirements. Dirk is gone. Corey Maggette, Gerald Wallace, Gilbert Arenas, Pau Gasol, and Tyson Chandler. The Suns will take Luka first overall instead of DeAndre Ayton. Michael Porter Jr. will go to the Sixers. We got DeAndre Ayton going to the Pistons. Marvin Bagley to the Cavs. Trae Young to the Jazz. And Colin Sexton will go to the Wizards. D-Rose at 30 years old is a 96 overall. Pretty much carrying this Bulls squad. I mean, we did miss the playoffs last year. Not a great season at all. Individually, I mean, D-Rose got his numbers, but it didn't really translate into wins. I don't know if it's good news or bad news, but there is news that D-Rose re-signed for 4 more years with Chicago, so we're here for at least 4. Ross will win the MVP yet again. Luka is the Rookie of the Year. Yusuf Nurkic, the Sixth Man, and Joel, the DPOY. Derek will make the first team, averaging 30 and 9, so he's still getting his numbers as the Bulls would make the playoffs as the 6th seed. We get the Pistons in round number 1. We went 42 and 40, so a much better season than we had last year for sure. Milwaukee had a good year, and OKC is still dominating the West. Hopefully, I mean, I'm not expecting too much out of this roster anymore, and yeah, we're just getting absolutely pummeled by Detroit in round number 1. A 5-game series, a gentleman's sweep. Shout out Kevin Wilds. As OKC will go on, and I believe win their 3rd straight. Russell Westbrook is the finals MVP. Actually, it might not be their 3rd straight. No, it is 3 in a row for the Thunder after already winning 1, so they have 4 rings so far in this sim. The legend Kendrick Perkins has decided to call it a career after 15 years, and I mean, this dude is Hall of Fame bound. Zion will be selected first by the Heat. Ja Wick will go to the Celtics. We got Kobe White to the Jazz, RJ Barrett to the Sixers, Rui Hachimura to the Cavs. And I mean, if Patrick Beverly tells you got to get that dog in you, then you got to do that, Rui. You got to become that guy. You got to be better than Austin Reeves, be the 3rd guy behind LeBron. And what am I even saying, bro? Rui is not that guy. Decent role player, yes, but he does not have that Patrick Beverly Mamba mentality. Right now, Steph's the best player in the world at a 99. We got Harden up there at a 98. AD, KD, D-Rose, LeBron at 34, still doing his thing on Miami. Nikola Jokic will win his first MVP. Zion's the Rookie of the Year, and AD the DPOYs. Derrick Rose still doing his thing. 26 and 8, so his stats have slightly dropped this season. He is 31 years old, still 96 overall, as the Chicago Bulls are literally nowhere to be found. Is there a play-in that I'm missing? Like, what is going on here? We're in 2021, and we have the 12-seeded Bulls, 33 and 49. We wouldn't even make the play-in. We were that bad of a team. The Sacramento Kings have went on and won the title. DeMarcus Cousins is the finals MVP. They beat Milwaukee in the finals. God damn. I was stuttering like a mofo. Joe Johnson's out of here. J.R. Smith, Michael Beasley, Taj Gibson. Ant-Man will go first overall to the Atlanta Hawks. LaMelo Ball to the Pistons. James Wiseman will go to the Trailblazers. Onyeka Okongwu will go to the Mavericks. Obi Toppin to the Bulls. So we picked up Obi Toppin, who's a decent power forward, I guess. He's only 75 overall. He's 22 years old as well. An older rookie, to say the least. Derrick Rose is getting up there in age. He's 32 at a 96 overall. And damn, this roster is shit. Pardon my French, but goddamn, they are terrible. C.D. Osman's our 2nd best player at a an 82. We drafted him. He developed pretty nicely, but I mean, Yusuf Nurkic is here. Joakim Noah's a shell of himself. Somehow Ben Simmons will take home the MVP. The Rookie of the Year will go to Ant-Man and Kawhi Leonard, the DPOY. D-Rose is still on the first team, 25-9, averaging great numbers. I mean, his scoring is down compared to what it used to be. The Chicago Bulls, they would end up making the play-in. No, we didn't even make the play-in. Dear Lord. We were the 12 seed going 34-48. Another failure of a season at this point. The Charlotte Hornets would win the title. We got Damian Lillard as the finals MVP. I knew years ago once they blew us out while we were in our prime, they were going to be a problem, and they finally got their title. Tony Parker has retired, as well as Chris Bosh, Luol Deng, and Sean Livingston, as well as Andre Bogut. Rajon Rondo, Monte Ellis are both out of here too. Scotty Barnes will go first overall to the Trailblazers. Hey, yo, did anybody see that TikTok of Scotty Barnes' ex-girlfriend saying he went and got like a 30-year-old pregnant after being like high school sweethearts with the girl? This man likes to lay the wood, okay?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Evan Mobley will go to the Wizards, Cade to the Nuggets, Josh Giddey to the Celtics, and Jalen Suggs will go to the Rockets. The cum bucket. We picked up the cum bucket. Are we serious? D-Rose seems to be at the decline portion of his career. He's a 94 overall at 33 years old, trying to carry this bad Bulls squad that has C.D. Osman, Kevin Knox, Yusuf Nurkic, Jackson Hayes, Obi Toppin. I mean, a lot of young players. We might be good in a few years, but the problem is Derrick Rose is not a spring chicken. Russ will win another MVP, trying to compete with D. Rose. Evan Mobley's the Rookie of the Year. DeJounte Murray, the sixth man, and Joel Embiid, the DPOY. We got Derrick Rose still on the first team. Oh, Lord, only averaging 20 points. He is averaging 9 assists, so playmaking-wise, he's still at his peak, but scoring is definitely down. He's shooting horrible percentages, too. 29% from 3 is crazy. He was never known as a three-point shooter, but still, the Bulls were unable to even make the play-in, so again, another season bites the dust. 13 seed in the East, 36-46, not a good record. The Pistons will win the championship. DeAndre Ayton is the finals MVP as they beat Jokic and the Nuggets in the finals. Carmelo Anthony's out of here. Dwight Howard is retired. Chet Holmgren will go first to the Rockets, Jaden Ivey to the Mavs, Benedict Mathurin will go to the Spurs, and we got Paolo falling all the way down to the Cavs, 7th overall. He's literally tied for the highest rated player in this draft. Both him and Jabari Smith Jr. fell. Derrick Rose is down to a 92 overall. He's 34 years old. How many years in the league? 14 years. If he was probably like 27 years old, I'd say we had a chance to become a dynasty. I mean, we have a lot of young pieces, but that's what they are. They're young, and Derrick Rose is not. Steph Curry will win his first MVP, averaging 29-9. We got D'Lo, the sixth man, and AD, the DPOY. Now, for D. Rose, he will not make the first team, nor the second team, or the third team. Derrick Rose had a pretty bad season, only averaging 17-8, which are literal rookie numbers compared to what he was averaging for the past, decade. And also, the Chicago Bulls did not have a great year whatsoever, missing the play. Actually, we made the play-in. Wow, I am shocked. 35-47, 10 seed in the East. Let's see if we can beat the Cavs here in the first play-in game, and we don't. So we get eliminated again. I think this is 4 or 5 years in a row of us missing the playoffs. We're definitely nearing the end of his career. I mean, I think he retired around 35, 36 years old in real life, so it is pretty accurate, although D. Rose has had a much different career here in this universe compared to real life. The Detroit Pistons will go on and win the title. We got DeAndre Ayton as the finals MVP, averaging 25-17, monster numbers out of him. LeBron James has decided to call it a career after 20 years. Kyle Lowry's gone. LaMarcus Aldridge, Rudy Gay, Joakim Noah, who was a key piece of the Bulls dynasty we had in the 2010s. Scoot Henderson will go first overall over Wemby, who is going to go to the Celtics. Brandon Miller to the Spurs. Amen Thompson to the Pistons. D-Rose now is down at a 91 overall. This might be his final contract in the league. I mean, he is 35 years old, didn't have a great season, and he's been decreasing for years now. Ever since he dropped from 30 points to 26 to 24 to 20 and now 16. Zion Williamson will win his first MVP. Victor is the Rookie of the Year, and AD the DPOY. For D. Rose, he's not going to make any of the All-NBA teams. Let's see what kind of season he had. Only averaging 15-7. So he's definitely washed at this point. Not the same player he used to be as the Chicago Bulls. Still very bad, 34-48. The New York Knicks will win the title. We got Dante Exum as the finals MVP as they dominated the Thunder in 5 games. Eric Bledsoe, CP3, Al Horford, Mike Conley have all retired. Linsanity is gone. Bojan Bogdanovic. Draymond decided to call it a career after 12 years. Spent the final season of Boston, but he stayed on Sacramento. D Rose is down at an 89 overall. This team has gotten a lot better. I mean, we got Jackson Hayes up at an 86. C.D. Osman's an 85. Nurkic, Kumbucket is developing, but it doesn't really matter. We have an old and withered Derrick Rose. His knees are probably falling off at this point. Well, I guess in this universe, DeAndre Ayton is the best player in the world. Alexander Sarr is the rookie of the year, and he's also the DPOY. Wow. D Rose at 36 is going to average 14 and 7, only 2 rebounds, so not a great stat line for the MVP, former MVP. As the Bulls, 12 seed in the East, 36 of 46. As the Atlanta Hawks will win the NBA championship, SGA is the finals MVP, only averaging 14 and 10, but he did his thing. Nicholas Batum, Matt Hill, Corey Joseph, Jay Crowder have all retired, Terrence Ross. D Rose now practically is on the brink of retirement. He's an 87 overall at 37 years old. 1 year left on his deal, so he could technically leave or he could retire. I honestly have no idea how a guy averaging 16 and 8 can win the MVP, but I guess it is what it is. Guy Payton is the rookie of the year. Obi Toppin, the 6th man, and Victor, the DPOY. Now for D Rose, I don't expect him to be here, but he would end up averaging 10 points and 5 assists per game. Down bad D Rose, 87 overall, completely washed. Chicago had a horrible year, also 36 and 46, the 12th seed in the East. The Washington Wizards will win the title. We got Giannis as the finals MVP as they dethrone Golden State in Game 7 for player retirements. It looks like D Rose is going to stick around a little longer. Klay Thompson is out of here. There it is, the Derrick Rose farewell tour. One more season in the league. He's going to get a farewell tour because, he deserves it in this universe. 38 years old, 84 overall. Probably not going to have a great season, but he is historically one of the best players ever. Wemby will already win his first MVP, only averaging 15 and 8. Lonzo's a 6th man, and Evan Mobley, the DPOY. Derrick Rose at 38 years old, put up 6 points and 4 assists per game on a mediocre Bulls team. And by mediocre, I mean absolutely horrible. 29 and 53 was our final record, not even close to sniffing for a playoff spot. As the Washington Wizards will go back-to-back, Giannis again is the finals MVP, and that will do it for... Wait a minute, where is my boy D Rose? Why is it doing this? No, it did it last time as well. I believe when I put Jordan in the Curry era. For a career, he will average 24, 4, and 8, shooting 34% from 3. But here it is, the accolades. Let's take a look. 3-time champion, 6-time league MVP, a 3-time finals MVP, 15-time All-Star, 12 times on the first team, and 1 time on the first all-defensive team, which I honestly was not really expecting out of him. Historically, Derrick Rose might be the GOAT. 4th all-time for scoring with 37,000 points. He had the 2nd most field goals ever made. 3-pointers, he was up there with 3,227 free throws. 9th all-time with over 7,000 rebounds. He was not there, but for assists, 5th all-time with 12,000. My dude was dishing and scoring left and right. He had 3 60-point games in his career, 25 50-point games, and 179 40-point games. Only Will had more than him. Oh, what could have been. Derrick Rose might be the biggest what-if in NBA history. Youngest MVP ever, and injuries were not nice to this man. Shout out to him for retiring in real life. Hope all is well. If you guys did enjoy the video, leave some support. Let me know in the comments who you would like to see next. I would like to say thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.